Today, we're going to cover privacy guidelines you need to know before you fly your drone. Welcome, glad you're able to join me, and I hope you're doing well. My name is Mike, and I'm a Transport Canada Certified Advanced RPAS pilot, or drone pilot if you prefer. Now, if you've been following along with this channel for a little bit, you'll know that I fly a lot of small towns in Alberta, and as a result, I often capture people walking across a road or standing in front of a building. Now, I try to fly high enough that people are basically unidentifiable. If you know the person, you may be able to recognize their jacket or the way they walk, but the general public will not be able to easily identify the person. Now, in Alberta, license plates are not considered personal information, but the laws in your area may vary, so check them before you fly. So let's talk about some guidelines and what you need to think about before you fly. First off, be responsible. You are in charge of any personal information your drone collects. Names, faces, phone numbers, and in some cases, license plates. So if you do capture some of that information, store it so only you are able to access it. If you're posting the video to YouTube or some other platform, blur faces and names at the very least. Secondly, be open about what you're doing. If someone complains that you are invading their privacy, respond with respect and courtesy. The best way to handle a situation like this is to land your drone, apologize, and move along. If you're working for a realtor or land developer, explain to the person that you have absolutely no interest in their property and that you are shooting a specific property to help it sell quicker or upgrade their neighborhood. Most reasonable people will understand and leave you alone. Also, in my experience, if you're wearing a reflective safety vest and are not trying to hide, most people will either ignore you or come and ask questions about your drone, what you can see, how easy it is to fly, and that type of thing. The safety vest just makes you look official. Keep in mind though, if you are violating the person's privacy, you could be brought up on criminal charges relating to voyeurism, mischief, creating a nuisance, and violations of provincial or municipal laws. We'll talk about it a bit more in detail later. If you know before you take off that you will be capturing personal information, do your best to obtain permission before you start shooting. I've found that a lot of people are slightly narcissistic and like to be in videos or pictures, so if you ask, they might say yes. If not, wait till they move along and then start shooting, if at all possible. In Canada, except for Alberta, British Columbia, and Quebec, businesses must follow the Personal Information Protection and Electronic Documents Act. It just states that you must get consent to collect, use, and share personal information, and in order for that consent to be valid, the person must understand what they are agreeing to. If you're collecting data for journalism, art, books, academic research, or a not-for-profit organization, you don't need to follow the Act. Now, as promised, we'll touch a bit on reasonable expectation of privacy in Canada. Factors to consider in determining expectations of privacy include a person's location, the form of the alleged invasion of privacy, whether it involves observation or recording, the nature of the observation or recording, the activity in which a person is engaged when observed or recorded, the part of a person's body that is the focus of the recording. Privacy, as ordinarily understood, is not an all-or-nothing concept. Being in a public or semi-public space does not automatically negate all expectations of privacy with respect to observation or recording. This is according to the Supreme Court of Canada in the 2019 R.V. Jarvis case. A person can expect privacy in their own home with some caveats that are far too complex to cover in this video. However, a person can also have a reasonable expectation of privacy in a public park. So if you're flying your Mavic Zoom or Unique Typhoon or any other drone with or without a zoom lens in a public park and zoom in on someone's face or another part of their body, you could be charged with invasion of privacy or even voyeurism, depending on what the focus of the recording is. So if you're recording people to post to YouTube or some other platform, make sure you have the person's consent and that they understand what they are agreeing to. Get it in writing. After all, going to jail to get a surreptitious video recording of a particular person isn't worth it, in my opinion. Hopefully you got some useful information from this video. If you want more information, feel free to contact me in whichever manner you are the most comfortable. Also, if you don't mind, on your way out of the video, if you could hit one of the thumbs, preferably the one pointed up. Leave a comment if you would like a deeper dive into this topic. And if I provided you with some value, please consider subscribing. You can also follow Gradient Imaging on Facebook and Instagram. Links will be in the description. So until next time, bye-bye.